Welcome to Tossing Anthony's Head. We're going to have a insightful conversation. For those that are new to the channel, we make mental health conversations and content that's going to be beneficial to your personal development in addition to your well-being. However, in this conversation, we're going to be talking about something insightful. However, it's going to be you're not alone navigating eating disorders in high school, right? So I want to take in consideration for us to be able to navigate and have a rise of awareness, reduce that stigma, in addition to empowering those high school students to be able to recognize that there is signs of eating disorders, understanding the impact and seeking help if needed, right? When we're able to have that courage and that support, right? So Davin Talks, we're here for y'all. We're able to grow, we're able to navigate through this together. However, stick with me, we're gonna be able to learn something, right? So in the introduction, we're gonna be able to talk about why this conversation even matters, right? So we gotta take into consideration that there are high schools out there and that high school is tough, right? So between, the peer pressure to fit in, perform, and even just the lack of just feeling inadequate with that control, right? There's no surprise that, teens do struggle with that body image, right? So we all are different. We all have different things we got going on. We have the media. We have so much things that are just put in front of our face that impact the way that we see ourselves, right? But when it comes to that food and it comes to that self-worth, it can definitely become dangerous and it disconnected and it can lead to those eating disorders, right? So I want us to be able to break this down and kind of have some awareness to the silence, to be able to kind of have us recognize signs, finding support, and just be able to know that you are not alone, to be able to navigate through this, right? So off rip, like I said, this conversation does matter. But moving forward in regards to our first segment, we're going to be talking about what is eating disorders, right? So the definition is mental health conditions that involve extreme focus on body weight, shape, and food, right? So we have to take that in consideration. And like I said, there's various influences out there that definitely impact us in different ways. So if you have anything that you want to say, I think that would be a good time to add that in the comment area, because so it provides that awareness and that kind of cultural competence, so everybody just understands that we see this in different in perspectives, for instance, right? Because we see this in different cultures, for instance, right? But moving forward, let's talk about common types, right? So we have anorexia nervosa, we have bulimia nervosa, we have binge eating disorder, we have avoidant and / restrictive food intake disorder, right? So it's not about vanity, right? So these are serious, complex issues, not choices. So we gotta just be able to take consideration out there for those out there in the back. It's like, they have problems, it's just them, it's them. Don't be pointing the fingers. These are conditions as well. So we have to take that in consideration, that this illness is behind this, right? So just have a little bit of that empathy and that understanding as well. But for those out there that have a little bit more concept and I really want to dive into some thinking, right? A reflection prompt I really want to take consideration that, do you ever feel guilty, anxious, or out of control about when it comes to around food? You're not alone, and these are feelings that matter. So we really got to be able to take consideration that when you're having some type of emotion behind this, let's dive into it and really navigate throughout this, or with that, right? So moving forward in regards to our next segment, we're going to be talking about warning signs to be able to watch out for, right? We got to have this awareness. We got to be able to have some intentionality behind this. We can't just be getting lost in the sauce and so let's just draw some awareness, like I said. So physical signs that we were able to see is that weight changes, fatigue, right? Getting tired, dizziness, skipping meals. Emotional signs we're going to be able to take into consideration is shame, anxiety, obsession with food or that body, and then secrecy. Some behavior signs is excessive exercising, isolation, or rigid food rules. And things is really getting different now, and you're seeing some changes, right? So I really want to be able to watch out for these signs because they come in different ways, but everybody's different. We got to be able to, like I said, have that awareness. Right, so a pro tip I really want to take into consideration is that if you're constantly thinking about food, that weight shift, that weight gain, the weight loss, whatever that may be for you, or how you even look, something deeper might be going on, and we got to be able to take that in consideration. So I really want to, like I said, as a pro tip, think about these things, really be proactive, really be intentional, really start to draw that awareness and these emotions, and really just, like I said, like, stick with me, right? So moving forward, we're going to be talking about the role of social media in school peer pressure, right? So we got to think about all those things and that pressure that's coming from it, that's impacting our emotions and these feelings, right? So comparison culture, right? So filters, the likes, isn't real life, right? So we got to take that in consideration. Don't get it twisted. There's been various situation where we have the false imaging in regards to that what is it called, the filters, right? We have the filters, and we have there's so many tools out there that can change things up. So we got to take that in consideration. And we also have perfectionism, right? So grades, sports, appearances, right? That pressure that comes from all different sides impacts the way that we may, see things and, our feelings. Moving forward, we also have, mental health link, right? So eating disorders are often come with that anxiety, depression, or even that trauma, right? So we got to take that in consideration. When it comes to a mindset shift, like I said, I want us to always have that positive, walking at things with a positive mindset. We're able to navigate through this. We're able to get through this. We love ourselves. We're giving ourselves the affirmations, the things that we need to hear. We're boosting ourselves up because we are divine, right? So you are more than just your body. Your worth isn't measured in calories, weight, or how you look, right? Even for myself too, like I always said too, for myself that, there's just because you look good or whatever it might be, it's good to feel good. Don't get twisted. You're blessed with those qualities, right? But it's just overall, like, you're more than just your look, right? You're not just a mannequin. You wasn't just designed to just look pretty, right? There's more that comes with it. So you got to really be able to see that, right? So you're more than just your body, right? So I really want us to, like I said, just kind of just marinate with that positivity, with that mindset shift. So our fourth segment, we're going to be talking about how to get help, right? So we got to be able to recognize that when we're having these feelings, right, we're not alone, right? We got to be able to seek help as necessary for us to be able to, like I said, get back to that positive well-being. So things are more balanced out for us. And we have that understanding, more of that awareness and that support, right? Even. So, talk to someone, a trusted adult, school counselor, parent, or even a friend. You know what I mean? You've got to take that in consideration. You don't need a diagnosis to deserve help, right? So struggling is the reason, it's just enough, right? So we got to just take that in consideration. If something's not feeling right with us, what can we do? Seek the help. So we don't got to just, be a doctor and just start looking like you don't got to do all this stuff by yourself. But like I said, get the help as needed, right? So support options, like I said, we have school counselors, there's health centers, there's youth centers as well out there. Got to take that in consideration. We have therapists that are registered. We have registered diet clinicians. There's just so many people out there. So we have hotlines and there's teen mental health organizations. There's nonprofits out there that are here to serve us and really advocate and help us out. But we got to be there. We got to raise that hope. We got to advocate for ourselves, right? We have to want it. No one else out there can have the ability to push you to want better for yourself. You have to be able to want it, right? And the support is there for us to be able to get that help. Reflection exercise we want to take in consideration is who are 3 safe people you could talk to, when you need help. Really think about, who is someone I'm able to call when I need them? Who am I able to text if I need them? You know what I mean? And if not, like I said, there's all those resources out there to be able to get that help if needed. So I never want you to feel as if that you're alone in whatever the circumstances is. Moving forward, we're going to be able to talk about supporting a friend who's struggling, right? And the same way we're able to have compassion, help our other friends and help people out there. What about ourselves? What about that self-compassion? You know what I mean? So you got to be kind to yourself. I know these things are difficult. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you're just like, you're looking at other people's lives because you're just like, why is it me? Why am I going through this? Why are they so pretty? And and their hair is good. Everybody has a unique situation. I'm gonna just give it to you right now. You know what I mean? Just because it looks greener on that side, you don't know you know what I mean? When the sun drops and what they got going on. So I just wanted to take in consideration. Let's worry about ourselves. Let's worry about our well-being. Let's worry about how we're able to get more, effective and just really proactive and working at our own pace and really getting ourselves where we need to be. So like I said, let's think about our personal needs. However, supporting a friend who's struggling, our first, key concept we're going to be able to talk about is listen without judgment, right? You don't need all the answers, You just need your presence, the fact that you're just there, right? So next is going to be encourage help, not control, right? So gently guide them towards that support, One thing I want to take into consideration is to know your limits, right? So support them, but take care of your own mental health too, right? So I want to be able to take into consideration, like I said, have this mindset when we're helping other people as well that's struggling. I want us to be able to have a mind of empathy. You see some people that's, things maybe not be going good in their world. Help them out. Give them, boost them up. Let them know that they're going to be okay. You know what I mean? Like really be present, really listen to them. You don't got to have all the answers and be, the professional. Give them the resources if possible. Help them out. You know what I mean? Like do what you can. But at the same time, for those out there that are going through it, like I said, have self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. You know what I mean? You can get through this. Right? So I've noticed you seem really stressed lately. I care about you. You know what I mean? If you ever wanted to talk or needed help, I'm here. Like let them know that you're there. You know what I mean? People always out there when it comes to the party, it comes to the fun, it comes to the entertainment type of stuff, they there. When it comes to, like I said, moments like, the rain's coming and it's like you're really going through something, who is there with you? You know what I mean? So I really want us to recognize that. But like I said, at the end of the day, seek help when needed. And for your friends out there, for the supports out there, have that compassionate, that mindset to be able to provide that assistance. right? So wrapping this video up, I want to take consideration that hope, healing, and power of speaking up is really going to really be the playmaker, right? And recovering is real, help is real, and as we navigate this with a positive mindset, we're able to get to our destination, right? So I want us to take consideration, like I said, is that you're not alone in this, right? So whether you're struggling with this, or you know someone that's struggling with this, like I said, give them the proactive resources and give them the proactive, you know what I mean, like that positivity, and that can be able to be the step to be able to help them get the help, right? So healing starts with hope, and like I said, with that positivity, we're able to, you know, make those strides too, right? So thank you for thriving with me. Thank you for, you know what I mean, being here. Thank you for being present. If you found this video beneficial, give it a thumbs up, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.